Hello guys, this is Dr. Leor V-Bar-L here with another product review. Well guys, let me tell you a little bit about something. I mean, in my other review I was that I'm going to be comparing a DSLR for actual professional cameras that are used for filming. Now for my production, obviously, because I like to transfer to film or, to get the look that I want, I would never, I would try to minimize the use of DSLRs as much as possible due to their codec systems, but I still use DSLRs for weddings, for B-roll footage, sometimes POV shots and stuff like that. Less than 10% of my footage would probably be from DSLR. So when you do that, you have a lot of things to worry about with full sensors and crop sensors. The DSLR uses CMOS chips, not CCDs that are more expensive. But sorry about that, guys. I'm back again. Something happened with camera again. So like I said, the DSLR, due to its codec, it has a lot of problems with not just codec in terms of transferring to film, but it also has a huge problem with where it looks like jello when you're moving too quick. And I like doing handheld shots a lot, on some of my action footage, and you could only use simple things and stuff like that. So I mean, you don't want to get that, jello effect, that rolling shutter junk. So, what you really want to try to do is to minimize movements by getting a stabilizer. So what I did was I went ahead and purchased what's called the Flycam Nano. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have big steady cams as well for my big rigs, for my big cameras and all that stuff, but I needed something that would give me stability. Now I build these as well, I know how to build them, and because of that I'm not having a hard time balancing this thing. Some people are telling me that they're having problems balancing it, so I had to go and buy it, and I'm just letting you know I balanced these a billion times. But let me just show you exactly what you're getting over here. Okay, now you are getting it cheaper than you're going to pay for it in, a Steadicam or anything. This thing is called the Flycam Nano. It's much cheaper. It's like $190. Actually, sorry, it's about $220, something like that. So it comes with the handle here. Now, guys, you're saving a bunch of money, but you're going to need to do tweaking, and I'll get into that once the, my whole rig is complete, when I'm going to show you how it is. But this is, right here, the handle right here, which I'm going to talk a little bit about it and how to fix, and tweak that out. Here is the platform. Hold on, there we go. The platform, which is kind of annoying because you have to always, in the XY, whatever it is, X, whatever they call it, setup, where you have to keep loosening up the screws and going back and forth. But it's not that bad. It's pretty good, actually. I could balance it in under, like, 2 minutes. The weights here, which, let me get which is right here. The weight's right here. Which really, for a DSLR, guys, you really just need maybe 2 plates on each one. It's like washers, really, inside it, like, that weigh a bit. But, that's the weights on that. The screws. And, of course, what I liked about it is this thing right here, which, I would get probably a Bogan quick release, but it comes with one, which is pretty cool. And to be honest with you, I don't really notice any difference when I used one of those before. So, I mean, it's pretty stable to me. It comes in this packaging right here, which is, with foam, so it really protects your product pretty well. Now, over here, I also got me this. I mean, the DSLR is not heavy, but sometimes on, extensive shoots like in a wedding, you got to go continuous, and you want to try to not miss a lot of things. Another big problem with DSLRs, it only has like a 5-minute window to shoot, and then it shuts off on its own. But the one I have shoots up to 20 minutes, which is good. But so you want to be as stable as possible. So what happens is I got me arm brace just to test it out for long periods of a time. So this is what you hook it. You hook that on into. And this is, of course, the brace that goes around your arm, and you could film with ease without any problems whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this together, and, well, I'm going to try to get you a couple of test shots, just show you a little bit here and there about what to do. Now, guys, this is a very, very cheap purchase compared to Steadicams that you're going to buy that are going to cost you anywhere from about $600 and up. This is for a DSLR. You know, I would not put big cameras on there. I have big rigs for that. I have the Flycam 5000 and the Flycam 6000. I have used this company's products for a long time. I've used also, you know, their mat boxes. It's made in India, guys, okay? But I'm going to tell you something. India is a country that does not support terror. So I would definitely, you know, if I had to pick something made in the USA, I would definitely choose that over any country. Unfortunately, that's way too expensive for my budget. That goes over maybe $600 over what I would pay for a regular thing, when I can buy this for about $220 or something. I don't know how much this cost me, about $220 with everything complete, and I can do the modifications on my own, buying stuff from my local hardware store, which you could do the modifications all on its own. Now, I will tell you, it's a great, great company. They're really, really nice. You know, before I had a couple of problems that I couldn't deal with, they went and got me replacement parts when I had a problem with it, where I lost the part, and I explained it to them. They're really nice people. You know, you could really deal with them. Really nice all-around product. It's very solid, very rugged. So I could tell you that right off the back. It's not like those cheap shits that you see on eBay sometimes that can like crack off, like made out of 100% plastic. From what I could remember, I did not like that. This thing has everything pretty much aluminum, which is pretty awesome. Except, let me see here. Oh no, this is aluminum too. Okay. See, I thought this was plastic, but it's aluminum as well. So you're getting a very solid quality out of this thing. I mean, this thing will not break. It's very small and so easy to balance, and I'm going to show you guys. And those of you that have problems balancing this, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about what you need to do. You have to offset it a bit, because the DSLR has, you know, the input for your, what do you call it, for your tripod, you know, for your quick release plate. The input of it, you know, where you got to screw it in, it's a little bit, I believe, to the right or a little bit to the left, depends on how you're, like, I have a battery, you know, pack on it, so, you know, it kind of gives it more of a lift. So, you know, it kind of offsets it a little bit as well. So what you got to do is you just got to put it in a normal way. Once you put it in a normal way, guys, it's so sweet. It'll balance really, really quickly, and you'll see. Now, as for dynamic balance, I am going to tell you what to do. There's several videos on this on YouTube. I haven't had a problem, but if you buy them used, sometimes, I don't know why, some people told me that, you know, they had problems with it. So I will tell you, use a couple of, like, electric tape or lead tape, like, right over here. Depends where, just for the dynamic. Let's say if you have it straight, and as soon as you turn it, it kind of like tilts like this. Just put some tape on that on the other side to kind of balance it a little, and it will stay straight, I guarantee you, and you'll be able to spin it around nice and easy. Now the 6000, the one I'm going to be reviewing soon, 7000, whatever, the 7000 I have, the one that I have for my big camera, I will tell you that was a bitch to set up originally. It does need to be tweaked. Once you tweak it, it's pretty sweet. And I bought it for about, I think it was like $1,200, and you're going to be paying for like $6,000, $7,000, even $10,000 on another thing. So guys, I'm going to go right now because we're on 8 minutes, over 8 minutes, and I'm going to put it together and I'm going to get back to you. Okay guys, I'm back. So this is how it looks when it's complete. Now you notice I took, you know, it came with 2 of these right here on each side. Now what I did was I took what you guys should be doing. I know a lot of you have had trouble balancing you know, this device right here. So it's very simple. What you do is you take out, you know, 2 of them because that's way too heavy, and in each one of these you only put 1 of these inside it. You know, one of these like washer looking weights with, you know, 1 on each side in the bottom and the top of this thing. That's just to protect it. Doesn't really add much weight. And then start fooling around with this, you know, with the size of this, you know, make it go higher, make it go below, you know, and fool around with it. Just don't stretch it out too much because you're going to get the pendulum effect. Now the pendulum effect is great, like when I'm doing, let's say a video through a POV using a DSLR. Like I said, I don't use DSLR that much for production, but I do it, let's say, less than 10%. But let's say I'm doing POV shots, I would do that. I would, you know, I wouldn't mind the pendulum effect because it'll be pretty cool, like having a monster flying, and that's, anyway, that's the right, you know, type of motion for it. But, I mean, it's really your artistic point of view. But if you're looking for stability, don't stretch it out too much. Just stretch it out on an even thing. Now, what I always say do, oh, shit. hold on. Oops. Okay, what I always say do is try to get it to be this thing to be higher, so you could always modify it. And now what I'm going to show you is also on this, the sled right here, right? Because I put it on top. Notice what I did here. Because a lot of the DSLRs, right? A lot of the DSLRs, what happens is you know, it's not centered. So what you have to do is, instead of putting this one in the middle, which would be here, now for cameras with equal weight distribution or give or take, I'd put it in the middle. But because this is, you have to, you know, the way it is, DSLRs, you have to offset it a bit. So put it all the way in the side, and you get your quick release plate and, you know, the sled, and then, you know, start fooling around with what needs to be down here. Yeah, I gotta fix that in there. Okay, so you gotta fool around with this, you know, with the screws, go forward, backwards, play around with it. Now it is gonna be very front heavy, because in DSLRs and also in cameras, when you use 35mm adapters, you're gonna have it very front heavy. So you want to put this in towards the back, as you can see that I did right here. And you shouldn't have a problem balancing it out at all. I mean, with one little washer on every side, it's so simple. Now, if you have one of those big zoom lenses that you want to use, which I really do not recommend you use, because you should always use a wide angle lens, I would say, as a rule of thumb, when you're using this to get the ultimate stability shots. If you could get extra wide, like 11 or you know, 10 if they have, whatever, you know, those are expensive lenses, but if you can pull that off, you know, definitely do it. And if you have a crop sensor, you know, whatever. But in my crop sensors, I use a 24 and I'm just fine. So I mean, you could still use a 24. Try to go a little bit, as much as you can, try to go wide on it, because you'll get more, you know, it'll just be like, if you happen to jiggle a little bit here and there, it won't be that noticeable. Also, what you should do is follow your subject. So when you follow your subject, it just looks nicer that way, because, you know, people won't notice the difference, especially when you blur out the background. But at the same time, I've been getting completely stable shots with this. So, you know, I'm gonna give you my test shot after I put my camera on top of here. I'm going to show you how I balance that out, and then we're going to go for just, you know, back and forth somewhere. I don't know. I'm just going to show you guys how easy it is to do. So, I mean, it's really simple. I know a lot of you guys are frustrated, and it takes a long time, and as for me, I know how to build these. So, for me, weight distribution, you know, I'm really good at it. But even if you're a newbie, I mean, it's really simple. You could follow this. Any regular type of lens, like 50mm prime lenses, or, you know, even a zoom lens that goes from, what is it, the kit lens is 18 to 55 or whatever, you can still use it with one on each. Now, give or take, okay, so let's say this thing doesn't balance out no matter what the hell you're doing, then start playing around with, you know, maybe I should put weights, but don't make it heavy on yourself. Try not to make it heavy. Play around with this a lot. Just don't make it too long, but, you know, fool around with it. See what you can get, okay? And then, you know, you know, there's online, they show you how to do this. Like, you know, you have to get a 1.5 seconds when you know, turn it like this. You see, like that, and then you have it dropping like that, and if it's like 2.5 seconds, you're doing good or whatever. I don't follow that stupid rule. I think it's dumb as hell, and I do it my own way. If I can balance it right, and I use it in my situations, and I'm running around with it, and it's stable, it's stable. I could care less what they say. And that's the way I do stability tests. I just know what I'm doing. And now, as for this, it kind of sucks, because, guys, remember, when you put in the lens, just remember to not have the covers on it, not have anything when you're balancing, because anything will make a difference and screw it up. So that's the problem with these things. They're not electronically stabilized. You know, that could stabilize it for you. You actually have to, you know, try to balance it out, everything yourself. So when you do that, make sure everything on the camera, just like you're going to use it, is going to be on. Don't put on a cover, and then in the time of the shoot, you take it off, and then expect it to balance the same way. It's not going to balance the same way. And a lot of people say if you put it down, then you're going to have to rebalance it. That's bull crap. Once you do the balance, perfect. As long as it doesn't move and everything is stable, you're not going to have any problem. You could put it down 1,000,000 times, you're going to get it stable. Now, people say, you know, you use 2 fingers, whatever, here, you know, whatever, lightly or whatever. Guys, don't even bother with that. Believe me, you could just easily just grab it and just walk around with it, but I would do it anyway just because of the wind or whatever, if you have wind resistance. Now remember, what you do is when you're turning, don't turn with your whole body. Just turn like this very slowly, spin it around, you know, and spin it around and then follow with your body in. So it's like a continuous motion. It just looks much better that way. I hope this helped you out, guys. I'm going to put the camera on and I'm going to do a couple of test shots after this and we'll see what happens. All right, see you there. Take care. Bye. Okay, guys, so let me just get into focus here. All right, okay, guys, so I balanced it out. Now I'm going to tell you, because I'm using a zoom lens, you know, the kit lens, I just wanted to show you guys. I put 2 of those washers on each side. Okay, now if you see, I moved this all the way to the side here, even though this thing is all the way to the side here. You get it? So you just push it all the way down. And now I got this little strap here, not that I care, I just want to show you guys, just in case if there's any type of little types of weight distribution there. I raised it just a tad. I want you to see, I would say about 2 inches on top, 2 inches really, from the bottom to the top, just so you cannot get that pendulum effect. And now look at this, guys, I want to show you something. See, right there, hold on, let me see, here we go, perfectly straight. See, the mounting, the quick release blade kind of makes it bend a little bit forward, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to see if I can add something to it. It's because I'm using a battery thing, but this is perfectly balanced. I mean, there's no problem with it, nothing like that, and I'm going to show you guys the footage. I'm going to try to raise it a little bit to see if I can get the, you know, the stuff to roll a little bit back, because you see it's kind of bended a little bit. It's, you see, just between the connection here and that. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. I could just straighten it out myself, but it's, other than that, it's perfectly balanced. I'm going to show you some test footage now. All right. Okay, guys, just had to bring it up. So this is what happened. Why in the quick release blade, it has this little, you know, thing that you can remove. Hold on, let me try to put it in focus here. Here we go. Okay, so you just remove it, and then you get a straight. See, it's perfectly straight now. But I am going to show you guys something. Something this small, before I balance it out, you know, I just want to show you guys before I do the test. Something this small to be removed, and look what happens. Watch this. It is no longer straight. It's completely off balance. You see that? This is why, guys, you need to really balance, you know, with everything you're going to, you know, have on your camera. You need to balance it right there and then. Otherwise, you see how something so small already threw it out of balance. I got to rebalance it again. But it's very easy. Again, you just screw around with the bottom, you know, the stretching out of the pole, and, you know, you just fool around with the up and down. You move it, you know, on these things, and just get it to be vertically and horizontally balanced, and then dynamically balanced, you know, by spinning it around and seeing how it works. But basically that's it. So I'll see you guys in the test footage. Alright, take care, bye. Okay, guys, I want to show you, no matter how much I try to screw it up, it's still going to be stable. See? Here, see, that it goes a little spins, because you have to sort of guide it with your fingers. But pretty much it's until it hits my knuckles. But other than that, see, no matter how much I try to mess it up. Left, right, left, right. Okay, guys, well, I'm back. Well, let me just tell you a little bit about where I am right now. I'm obviously where I'm doing the tests and everything. Most of them is in my old room in my mom's house, which is now a guest room. My mom got pretty pissed because I turned it, as you can see, into a warehouse. So let me just tell you really quick about this, so we can end this. So like you know, what I showed you over there, which I'm doing right now, I'm doing the editing, so I'm just adding the video right now. This video that I'm doing right now, I'm just giving you a little behind the scenes here. So this is what I'll talk about. as you saw, they need obviously more tweaking in the little test that I showed you. Just wanted to give you a little, feedback to see exactly how it is when it's out of the box, really 1, 2, 3, how quick it is to balance, and you saw it was doable. So, tweak a little bit more and you'll get it perfect. Obviously, it'll work. There was too much wind over there, so there's wind resistance, which I recommend when there's wind. You just hold it, like this, where the gimbal is now. I'm gonna make a recommendation here. You see this right here? If you notice, when you move it back, back and forth to try to balance it, you can never move it in centimeters because this thing is packed so tight. If you notice, it's so tight that it's so hard to do that it actually moves an inch this way and an inch that way. It's really hard to get it to move just a little bit to fine tweak it, so to fine tune it. So what I would do is put like Vaseline or something over here, inside before you put it in. So it just goes, left and right really quick. And then after you're done with the production, obviously clean it up so you don't get any problems. I don't think you will have any. WD-40, whatever they call that, WB-40, I don't know. You put that in, whatever. Just get something that lubricates the crap out of it. So then you can move it, like, fine tweak it like that. But it's so easy to balance, guys. I just showed you, especially the one in the mirror where I'm going back and forth, all around. That was afterwards when I retweaked it. I should have done another test after that, but whatever. You could see it all over YouTube. I'm just showing you how quick and easy it is to balance this thing. But it's very easy to balance. Now, guys, I am going to tell you what I was disappointed at was the fact that it didn't include a manual. But the other one included a manual for the big rigs, the big rig I have. But that one, it might as well have been written in another language. It's so crappy, you would not believe it. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's very easy. Just you have to know where you put everything and just fool around with it. Trust me, don't get frustrated, guys, okay? It's not worth the stress. Just keep trying, everything through practice is going to be perfect, and just keep doing it. And the way I showed it to you, I mean, let me tell you, if you're using a zoom lens, use, 2 in each side, 2 plates on each side, and, go all the way to the left right here and all the way to the back. You see over here, to the back hole, and to the left, all the way to the left. And then push this all the way, to the right. So then you get a nice balance, and then just go up and down here, and you'll see, forward and backwards with that, and you'll get a good balance. So like I said, the other one's a bitch to balance, the one with the big rig, but it still balances very well, and now it's very easy. And I'm going to give you guys these kind of reviews. I have a slider I got. I'm going to do a review on that as well. I'm just doing these reviews because I know it's pretty in-depth right there. I did like, I don't know what it is, like 22 minutes, probably 23 minutes. But guys, I'm doing it for you guys because I know a lot of friends of mine who got products out there, and a lot of you guys that got products out there, and you're just looking at real quick reviews and, all these cookie cutter reviews that make this product look like the most amazing shit in the world. And then, afterwards, this is what you got to deal with, and then you buy it and you get so frustrated. There was even a video I saw of this guy complaining that he couldn't do it, and he said he wanted to throw it out the window. So this is for you guys, for you struggling guys out there. I mean, I was in your shoes as well. So that's why I do these long, reviews, so you guys could really get a chance to see it. In fact, get sick of it. I'm sure you guys fast forwarded it, but if not, you're probably sick of it by now. But that's what it's about, so you guys truly understand exactly the whole shit mechanics of this thing. So it's very easy. There's a lot of people that, Cheesy Cam, I think, does a review of how to balance it as well, but he does it with like 6 of those washers on each side. I mean, it's just going to be very heavy, and it's going to completely screw up your wrist. It's not worth it, guys. So just do 2 on each side, but he knows what he's talking about. He did a great job in balancing it, and kudos to him on that. It just, I just don't like to put that much weight behind my product. He does use a Tachyna lens. I have one of those, and I know those shits weigh a bitch, okay? So maybe that's why he uses that much. I still think I could use less and do it, but he does it pretty straightforward and tells you exactly how to do it the right way. You should follow him instead of my quick-ass thing, but like I said, really simple, right here in the back, to the left, and then push it all the way to the right, and then screw around with it left and right, and play around with that, thing to not get a pendulum effect, or, all that stuff. But when there's wind and stuff like that, you got to worry about things also. It's not just balance the wind resistance. You got to know exactly how to do it. So fool around with it, guys. Take your sweet-ass time. Go out there. film. This is a DSLR. It shouldn't be used anyway for transferring into film. But, you know, for DVDs and stuff like that, it's not like taking out my big-ass rig and, you know, going out with it and filming. This is a pleasure to go out into the park and start filming and testing it out because it's so small and tiny. And in a DSLR, it's so tiny you could just run around with it. So it's really quick. Just give it a try. You know, take it out for a fly, take it out for a run, see what's what. If you got to tweak some things, you tweak. If you got to modify it, modify it. There's a lot of YouTube videos. If you bought a used one, I know you could use tapes and stuff, like I said in the video. But you know, I just get a brand new one. With the arm brace, it was like 2 something. Now the thing that the handle on it is very squishy. I would have liked a better handle on it, but you know, it's still pretty good. But again, because it's like this, your wrists are gonna screw up. I lift heavy weights and my wrists are pretty powerful, and still that kind of has an effect. So I got the arm brace. I recommend you do that, but you do need to have strong forearms also, because I know one of the girls I know, she put it on and she was complaining how her wrist was, you know, her entire forearm was hurting. So just, you know, get it out there, test yourself, just do it. Learn to walk with this baby. It's like tango. Just tango with this thing, dance around. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. More practice, the better you're going to be. God bless you all. Comment below, please. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. I release all these videos. I do buy these things, not just for my production. I buy it so you guys don't have to, and if it's garbage, it's garbage. I'm going to be reviewing a slider, a cage, really cheap stuff, really cheap sticks, the tripods I got. I'm going to, you know, compared to the Bogan that I got. So I'm going to compare professional items I have to things that are affordable, you know, so that anybody could just pick up and it'll be pretty much the same or equivalent. You know, like this compared to the Glide Cam. People say, oh, the Glide Cam is better material. Guys, I have a Glide Cam. I can tell you it's the same exact shit. So just get yourself one of these things. Brand new, of course. You'll save a ton of money. And if you have the budget, go for a Glide Cam. I mean, it's up to you guys, but it's the same thing. I'm going to tell you. They all have to be balanced the same exact way through, you know, tweaking. It's not going to be easy unless you get those electronic ones that automatically do it for you, that you're going to pay anywhere from $20,000 and up. It doesn't make any sense. I've seen one for like $10,000. I don't know the prices of those crazy things. It's just take your time, do it. Believe me, it'll look great. God bless you all again. Please say a prayer for all our men out there, you know, men and women out there serving to protect our asses. You know, say a prayer for all of them out there because, you know, they're protecting our freedom. So anybody on active duty, kudos to all you guys. I dedicate this video to you. And I hope you guys kick some major ass and, you know, come back home safely. God bless you all. Have a good one. Take care.